Hello everybody and welcome to Nathan on Shuffle, and welcome to the next in my top 5 series where my wife gives me some sort of topic related to Prague or music in general, and I give my list of top 5 in that topic just off the top of my head. I don't prepare much for these shows, I just do what comes to mind and present it to you guys in a hopefully short format, and look forward to your guys' comments, especially on this one. This is one where the comments, I think, will really elevate this topic beyond what I can even discuss because of my limited sphere of what I've experienced. I know there's people who've experienced way more than me, but what I'm talking about this time is the concerts that I've attended, my top 5 concerts that I've attended. And so I'm really looking forward to you guys in the comments talking about your favorite concerts that you've been to and your experiences. So please subscribe if you haven't yet. I really appreciate the support, and if you want to join in and comment and like these videos, I would really appreciate it. So let's get into my top 5 concerts that I've attended. So number 5 on my list, I'm going to talk about seeing Yes in 2002 on the Full Circle tour. This was in December. I saw Yes with my parents. This was one of my first real concerts that I went to. I mean, I went to a couple concerts when I was younger, you know, just Weird Al and Beatles tribute bands and things like that. But this was the first concert where I was really fully becoming a fan of progressive rock music. My dad was showing me all of his favorite music, and Yes was one of his favorite bands that he was sharing with me. So this was our opportunity to see them live, the first like true progressive rock concert that I went to. And it just blew me away. They were really incredible. This was really the classic lineup, and I really enjoyed everything about this concert and the experience of it. My mom was there too. She's a big fan of Yes as well. And we just had a wonderful time together, and it just blew me away that not only were these songs really great on the albums that I was listening to with my dad, but they could recreate and perform them live. Really blew my mind. And it was just a really cool performance, especially seeing like Close to the Edge, and that performed live was really a treat because that was fast becoming my favorite Yes song at the time. So, and really a fun little aside anecdote. I remember from the concert that John Anderson took a little bit of a spill during one of the songs, just like tumbled a bit on the stage, but got up and recovered pretty quickly, and it was just an interesting moment where you get like scared for a second, but then he's back up on his feet and just continues on with the song as if nothing even happened. Just such professionalism and really a cool experience on that concert. Next, I want to talk about number 4. Not really a specific concert, but this is CalProg in 2004 that I attended, which was a bit of a festival of different prog musicians. This was the first CalProg that happened back in 2004. A really cool event that I was really excited about when I heard about it. I was just getting into Neal Morse and his material, and he performed there as a solo artist just by himself. And so I told my dad about it, like, oh, we have to go to this. We have to see Neal Morse. It's my opportunity to see him live. This was the first time ever I got to see him. And you'll see that's a common theme in this list is Neal Morse and his involvement in all of these shows from this part forward. But it wasn't just Neal Morse. It was a big list of cool artists. Erik Norlander began the set. Came aboard, which has become one of my favorite groups. Enchant was there as well. And it ended with the Keneally band, which is really cool, quirky prog music as well, with Nick DiVirgilio was drumming with them as well, who's one of my heroes from Spock's Beard. So really cool experience. I stayed the night before in a hotel by myself, and we had VIP front row seats for the event. I went to dinner with members of the bands, and it was a lot of fun. I'm a shy guy in person. I don't really converse with people a lot, but it was just cool being in the same room with some of these people that I was really excited about, you know, the members of and so forth, bands that I was really getting into at the time. And then my dad joined me on the actual day of the event and was with me throughout all these concerts. And it was fun because we decided to go to the concert mainly based on Neal Morse, but it allowed us to discover a couple other bands that we didn't know about that we are now both fans of now, like and Enchant. So really fun experience, and one of the big first modern prog festivals that I attended that I really enjoyed. The next one, number 3 on my list, is the Transatlantic World Tour when they toured Whirlwind. This was in 2010. I went with my best friend Kevin, who's been featured on a show here where we talked about our favorite Neal, Morse, and related albums. This was a special, magical experience because I wasn't expecting Transatlantic to reunite and reform with the Whirlwind. I really got into Transatlantic and Spock's-Beard and all of that stuff after Neal Morse had already left those bands. So I had written off the idea that I could ever see those bands perform live. So when I heard that they were reuniting for an album and for a tour, I knew I'd have to make the trip and be able to go to whatever date was closest to me. Luckily, it was pretty close in Downey, California in 2010, and me and Kevin went and had such an incredible time. It was like a magical, transformative experience, just hearing this music live. It was like just this magical feeling washing over me, hearing the music and just being uplifted by what they were performing and just feeling like a dream was coming true. You know, I know it's probably hyperbolic, but it's really how I felt at the time. And it was fun. We got there a little bit early, you know, had dinner and whatnot. But as we were waiting for the concert, we can hear them rehearsing in the back of the stage. And it was a lot of fun to get excited and amped up, and they more than delivered. And we ended up watching the concert together, me and Kevin. Well, not together, but we were both in separate locations. He lives now in Utah. But we watched the concert DVD at the same time and would text back and forth about, oh, remember this experience? And this is, brought back all those same feelings and experiences. Number 2 is Morsefest. I went to Morsefest and saw them perform Snow live as the whole Spock's-Beard contingent. All the Spock's-Beard members, past and present, were there. They performed the whole Snow album. It was an incredible experience that I'll never forget. We took a trip all the way out to Nashville. It was 2 nights. The first night was a more acoustic set of just them doing acoustic stuff. That's the one my wife attended with me. She was on the trip with me, but she didn't go to the Snow night. She went instead to the mall to go shopping or something. But I went to see Snow live, and that was the main event for me. And they performed it really, really near flawlessly. It was really incredible to see the chemistry of the band back again. And it was just cool because I always worried of, like, was there bad blood when Neal Morse left Spock's-Beard? And, what was the circumstances? Will they never reunite again because it's just too painful and too tough to relive that? But they seemed like they were in good spirits. Everyone was getting along, and it was just a wonderful experience. And just once again, that feeling of joy washing over me, being able to experience this album that I never thought I'd see live, one of my favorite all-time albums. And number 1 has to be the Progressive Nation at Sea cruise that took place February 18th to 22nd, 2014. This is the only Prague cruise I've attended. I haven't gone on any of the Cruise to the Edges, even though I desperately would like to. And of course, this is like dozens of cruises of concerts, like all at once, taking place on this boat out in the water. And I got to see all my favorite bands. Riverside was there, Haken was there, even Thank You Scientists played a little low-key set before they really got even bigger as they are now. Spock's-Beard performed a couple times, Flower Kings, Transatlantic, of course, was like the big headliner. And not only that, but Transatlantic performed with John Anderson of Yes. John Anderson had his own solo set that I experienced. The Deer Hunter were there. It was just like every band that I've always been in love with. Beardfish was there, and I got to see all these concerts in one place. It wasn't very crowded, I didn't feel, so I felt like I had a front row seat to all of my favorite artists, and it was just amazing. And there was the John Anderson moment where he joined Transatlantic, and also the moment where Neal Morse joined Spock's-Beard on stage and performed June and The Light, I believe, with them. And so it's just like these crazy magical moments happening all around me in different capacities on this ship. And at the same time, it's like this really nice cruise vacation with my wife. It's just like everything lining up and being the best moment of my life, just everything that I love all in one place happening in such a grand fashion. And I really hope that in the future I can go to another cruise, a music cruise on Cruise to the Edge. So that's the hope. So there you go. That's my list of top 5 concerts or concert experiences that I've had. And please share in the comments your guys' experiences. I know there's people out there who've been to so many shows, have been to legendary shows from way back in the 70s when some of these prog bands were at their heyday. I'd love to hear those experiences in the comments. I know it's going to be a really fun comment section this time around. So thank you guys so much for your support and for joining me on this journey of top 5. Feel free to suggest future top 5 topics in the comments below. Jana is watching and she is coming up with these ideas. So thank you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one, I hope. Bye!